Hello boys and girls, so I'm going to introduce you to the first assignment for Unit 6, which is Sports Leadership. It's based on the skills, qualities and responsibilities of sports leaders. So what you have to do in this assignment is go through the skills, the qualities and responsibilities and write down and explain what they are and talk about two of your sports leaders and then compare and contrast them at the end. I'm going to take you through some steps now and go through the documents that you'll have access to, so that you can complete this assignment. So just looking at the PowerPoint that you're going to be using, this is a PowerPoint that you can use to help you. We are focusing on the skills to begin with, which is communication, organisation of equipment, knowledge, activity structure, target setting, use of language and evaluation. So that's the PowerPoint that we can refer back to. Some of the other documents that you're going to use. Now this is the template example which will really help you. Okay, so here we're looking at communication first. At the top you need to write the definition, where it says definition. Then you need to write why it is needed to be a successful sports leader. And then you need to give two examples. So you might want to pick two PE teachers in the PE department. You might want to pick your coach of your sport outside of school, or any other sports leaders you can do. It can't just be your mum or dad, it has to be a sports leader. And then after that you need to compare and contrast your two examples of your sports leaders that you've written about above. Make sure that you compare them in detail if you would like to go for a distinction for this assignment. So that's the template that you can use. Here is a document which you'll also have access to, which just goes through and gives you a bit more in-depth information of all of the skills, qualities and responsibilities. So I'm just going to leave this on the screen a second so that if you want to pause it and then look back and look through it, you can obviously use the information from this document to help you write in your template to make sure you get the assignment complete. So here's the communication, verbal and non-verbal, and obviously go through listening as well. Then we go down to organisation of equipment, and it looks at things like size of the group, condition of the equipment, variety of equipment, return of equipment at the end of the lesson. Then it goes down to knowledge. Now obviously think about different things like techniques, tactics, rules, regulations, all things that sports leaders need to know. Make sure you give examples of them. Alright, I'm not going to go through all of them, but they are all there if you need them, and as I said, you will have access to this document as well. So I'll just keep scrolling down so you can see what they are. And then it moves on to the qualities. Okay. And then it moves on to the key responsibilities and the wider responsibilities as well. Alright, so one really important thing is that you don't just copy the information that's been put in this document here. You must put it in your own words, and you must obviously use your sports leaders to give examples that you have, not from anybody else. Okay, here is an example of communication that another pupil in the past has completed. So here they've written about their definition. I'm just highlighting for you now. As they've said, there's two different types of communication, verbal and non-verbal. Verbal communication is speaking to others clearly, fluently, and using a simple language so that pupils can remain focused. Non-verbal communication is about using a mixture of body language, hand gestures, facial expressions, and very important demonstrations to give your audience a visual understanding of what you are talking about. A lot of people find it easier to learn through watching someone else first. Okay, so they've gone through and they've given some examples in their definition box of what verbal communication is and what non-verbal communication is. Now you must do that for all your skills, qualities and responsibilities. And obviously this person would also need to mention listening is another part of communication as well. So it's down to you now to go through and use these documents. Obviously ask your teacher for help. Yeah, they're always on email, or obviously if you're in class, ask your teacher about how to complete the assignment as well, but it should be fairly clear what you've got to do. The document is quite long, but it will get easier as you go through once you've started to get a bit of rhythm completing it. Alright, so if you need any help, please let us know. Take it easy. Bye bye.